or
Okay.
dare. Welcome back to the Short Black the Ugly, SBU. I'm Dylan, aka that farmer dude. I'm here with
Luke Curtis. I am a part-time farmer from East Sussex.
we'll go with this shit again.
Owen Leighton, the regen hobby farmer from Sussex.
And well, what can we say?
It's a little bit different this week, isn't it?
It is a little bit
Eh?
different.
Spicing it up.
Those of you guys that are listening on Spotify, we are actually... Can you hear the birds? Nope.
Oh, no, they're silent now. Oh.
Come on, speak up, birds. Show us what the British countryside sounds like.
They've been doing sound effects.
Where's the crow and the magpie?
The British countryside sound effect is Luke going, dog!
Yeah.
Here, dog!
Lie down, you bastard! But no, we are outside, aren't we? It's a little bit warm, eh? In the previous studio.
In the sun.
And can we just say, okay, Queens.
Yeah,
So-
okay, Queens.
Hey, Queens.
So we're joined here today by the lovely Miss Coco.
Okay.
Tell them. Yeah, no, I'm here. I do social media and then I do relief milking at my old college. So
Hey.
great fun.
All right, that sounds like
Bit of
that question.
everything. Yeah.
That's the end of the podcast.
Straight to the point, guys. Sorry about that.
That's Coco. Cheers, Coco.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
no, that's about me. Townie then farmer. That's
Oh,
how I'm farmer.
Townie
Okay.
then, farmer.
Yeah.
Bloody
What did
hell.
we say previously about townies? I think that was your call to prayer, wasn't it? You said
It
some
would
stuff
be.
about...
It'd be Dylan. What did you say?
Well,
say, look.
let's be careful, Dylan, because if Rafi does great in America as a townie, maybe he'll get you like a house in Texas or something. So
Oh, eh?
I would not want to go to Texas.
where would you want to go?
Probably Azerbaijan. It's fucking legal to do anything over there. It's
So-
great.
Where was your retirement place again?
Oh, Barbados.
Barbados.
Oh, that's love.
Open a tiki hut in Barbados on our beach.
We're practically there, eh?
Mate, yeah, mum the boys. Anyone want a drink?
He is behind the bar just now, eh?
Trying to be, mate. Trying to be.
Yep.
So tell us, who is Coco?
Oh, so Coco's me. I'm her. But basically, what I'm mostly known for is going OK Queens on the internet and talking about country clothing. The main reason my social media built within like the agric world is because I went in the tractor with my boyfriend and everyone was like, "Ew, you're black, you shouldn't be there," and it turned into a bit of an argument. But obviously, the right opinion and the fact is like it's fine being a person of colour farming. So everyone kind of came together, actually liked me, and it was fine.
Jesus, we've gone so far there. There's so much to unpack.
Yeah, I know. I'm just really blunt about it. It was just a really weird time. Like, I just randomly posted because somewhat like my boyfriend, like, he's okay, I guess. And then, like...
Oh!
You know,
I can feel the daggers coming across the room.
Someone's walking home
Studio.
today, boys. Someone's walking home.
long
Yeah, who-
hair,
who
might as well
drove?
start going now. No,
No, oh Christ,
I
you're
don't
walking
even
back.
drive. That was a bit boring. So... I don't even know, like... Oh, what am I even going to say? So, like, the racism stuff, it was weird. So, I'd never been into farming, and then I got a horse, and I was like, I don't actually want to do this as a job, but I like being outside. So, farming was the next best thing. Family had a farm and everything. So, I got into it, went to Plumpton College, couldn't really fault it. Really fun. And then I posted on social media, literally in a tractor, because it was, like, just a part of life because I lived with my boyfriend, and then like some of it was really nice and it blew up and I was like, oh my god, Nathan, this is great. And then between mine and Nathan's account there was just lots of awful comments just being like some of them were really bad, like I was old vintage kit, why am I in the cab and stuff like that. And so it was just really weird because how I was brought up, my dad doesn't really think into racism. He's like, people were just like arseholes, they're not like, instead of thinking of racist people and put yourself in that scenario, you just think people are arseholes and just making fun of people.
So I'm going to interject for a minute, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, let's unpack that process and everything else further in the podcast. Let's learn about you first.
Oh, but I don't...
How you got into
Yeah.
agriculture.
Oh,
how did
okay,
you-
because
Yeah.
that's what everyone likes to talk to me about, so it's really bad. How I got into agriculture, so I really liked horses. I bought a horse, loved him to pieces, and then someone at the yard said...
What sort of horse did you buy?
Oh, I had a 16-3 Irish sport horse called Bugsy, and
Nice.
he was like my
What a
literal
shit
best
name.
friend.
Bugsy.
Oh my God.
Is it just me or do like horses have shit names.
Are we going there again? Are we?
Horses have shit names.
Mike,
One horse. Someone was
was
telling me the other day, a horse is called Rufus. Like, what a shit name. You
mine's
wake
called
up and name your
Bradley.
horse Rufus. Like, what are you doing? Also, I'm sorry if you're named Rufus.
We have had horse people on the podcast before as well, so we can't.
Yeah.
We're all right.
That's
Keep going.
right.
My new horse is called Radley.
Huh?
Yeah, like Bradley, but without the B.
So Radley.
Yeah,
Wow.
Radley. But he's really annoyed me at the moment. So.
Did you name him or?
Show name.
No, he came with that name.
What would you call him if you could have named him?
If I could name him, I really like the name Rupert, which kind of goes off of Rufus, but I really like the name Rupert.
So
There you
we're
go.
hearing, we're hearing some names in the background here. It starts with a C and ends with a T. Cat.
We're live and kicking now.
That is Nathan's favourite child out of the animals we have. He loves the horse.
We'll dive
we'll
into
talk
that.
about
We'll do that in a minute.
So yeah, I got this horse, absolute best friend, because in secondary school I was actually really bullied and I had no friends, and so then I decided the next best thing is to do farming, because someone really close to me said you don't want to turn your hobby really into a job because then you won't enjoy it as a hobby anymore. I was like, oh right, farming is the next best thing. Applied for Plumpton, went into school, my bad behaviour. I was like, oh my god, Slayer, this is where I'm going to go. And they were like, no, you're too academic for that. It's really below you. You should do something else. And I was like, fuck you, no. So then I went to Plumpton. Honestly, I got kicked out of school that day because I was like, I was calling him a CUNT. I was being quite horrible. And just being like, how can you say that to someone who's always really struggled and stuff? But went to Plumpton, lived in there, best thing I've ever done. Got into farming. That's how I got into farming, and then worked a couple jobs, met a boyfriend, got a couple dogs now, and milking cows.
Would you recommend Plumpton to?
Yeah, but I'd recommend Plumpton to anyone, but to take it to the next level, you have to live in.
I'd second that with my
Did you live in at your college?
No,
didn't.
but I beat the system.
You just stayed there the whole time.
I took all the milking duties to get the free room. So
Ah.
I took everyone on the courses milking and went to the pub in between. All centre on, just had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but it meant you got a free room and a free breakfast.
Yeah.
And you got to live in.
That's true.
So my question is, you can wholeheartedly sit there and say that your time at Plumpton College was nothing but sunshine and rainbows.
No. My first year, it was sunshine and rainbows, learning everything was so new. I got a new boyfriend, went in the honeymoon phase, met loads of really great people and
You're
stuff.
still in the honeymoon
Yeah.
phase, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Just agree.
Yeah, 100%. It's going great.
Someone's walking over.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Do you know what? Credits due where credits due. In the first year, we bought 3 dogs, so I'll take that. Lovely man. And so it was all fine in my first year. Middle year, actually, how our college worked, you do a first year academic on site, then you do a third year of a work placement. Went to my work placement. It just wasn't for me, and it's actually really funny because it was a dairy job.
Darren.
Yeah, it just weren't for me. I don't know what it was, but some people just don't get along in certain workplaces, so I just left. Then I did nothing for a couple of months, and I kind of lost the passion for it because I just was just really sad about leaving. And then I went lambing, and I was like, oh, it's great again, love farming. And then I went back to college, and then my third year was low-key hell because I didn't like one of my lecturers and I got kicked out. No one knows that, yeah.
Oh, hello.
For 4 weeks.
Hey, order.
Okay.
For 4 weeks, I didn't go to college for a whole month.
What did you do?
What did I do? Oh, so we had this one lecturer, and everyone's got their own teaching strategies, but hers was shit. And she just wouldn't
Thing
teach
is,
us.
I think I know exactly who.
Yeah. And so it'd be okay, this is what we're learning about. Now go on to AHDB and research it. And I'm not really a researcher, Han. I'd rather you just tell me and I'll write the notes. So at the end of the lesson, she was like, oh well, if your assignments are late, you don't get a distinction. At this point, I'm a triple.
You carry on. He's being immature there.
Dylan.
He's just opened a beer with the back end of a hammer.
What?
Like,
I finished my drink, alright?
You carry on.
You'd sell him, King. Get the hammer. So then...
You've killed Leighton. Leighton's out.
Keep going.
So then... So then, yeah, so then I was like, so she was like, if you get your assignments in late, like, you're going to fail and you're not going to get the assignment. And I'm a triple distinction star student, like, I'm top grades, like, dog's bollocks in the class. But you know what, I'm not really that practical. Like, if you put me and Nathan next to each other, who's not as academic, like, he would so win at shearing a sheep, but I'd be really shy.
I'll tell you what, part 2 when Nathan comes on here is going to be
Yeah,
brilliant,
I'm
eh?
just going to be sat in the corner, silent.
We'll have this podcast edited with EastEnders.
Honestly, I'm just going to... I might hide
Listen,
the second part.
can we have a word with the background stuff?
Yeah.
Ah, well.
I can't get the stuff these days.
Rural, isn't it?
Welcome to the countryside, baby.
They're saying like and subscribe.
Like and
You wait until
subscribe.
weaning time.
And then I was just like, you're shit at your job, like, you're not teaching that well. And then it
Oh,
turned
you
to,
went
like,
there?
Yeah, I went there. And they were but the thing was, we were opposite sides of the classroom. I was like, I was quite horrible. I was like, you're shit at your job, you don't know how to teach, I don't know why you're here. You've got students here with additional needs and you're not really supportive with that and whatever. She leaves, I leave. Nobody was in the classroom, so there was actually eyewitnesses. And then she goes to the head of ag and she was like, yeah, Coco came up to me in the corridor and was really threatening me and wouldn't let me like leave the room.
Oh,
So
hello.
yeah, so then I got suspended for 4 weeks, and
That's
then I
that
had
towny shit.
yeah. Oh my no, honestly, before I went to Plumpton and like started finding myself, I was feral. I got kicked out of school like 12 times. I used to do drugs, like
Sorry, Mum.
yeah, no, because my mum will watch this. But
Does she
like
not know it?
no, I used to just drink vodka straight out of the bottle, never looked at any drugs in my life, or a vape or a cigarette, if any photos
He's just
do
turned into
service.
Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah, no, but that never happened, guys. But yeah, no, like, I used to be a complete and utter bitch. I think that's why I had no friends in
Used to be?
school. No, like, it's toned
Who
down
said
now.
Yeah.
What, is that the sheep talking again? What? Yeah, that's why I get so scared that people from, like, school are gonna, like, post, like, a really bad video of me, like, drunk in a field somewhere. So, it's all alleged because nothing's been posted.
What area was this in?
Yet.
Brighton.
Ooh.
Brighton.
There are people in
Retail.
Brighton, we want to see these videos.
No, literally,
Send them
guys.
in.
Charlie Barger said never send them out, never post them.
So
He's
funny
got
enough,
something
Coco,
bad.
we actually spoke to one of your old school... No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no! My
And
heart
here he is.
just dropped. My heart just dropped. Oh my god. Because I hate, like, even now to this day, I'm like, I hate every single one of those pictures. I went to post something the other day, and I was like, you can't post that, you can't name and shame people from school. And I was like, yeah, I can. I hate all of them. Maybe I'll name and shame her. No, joking.
So your time at Plumpton.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Um,
getting really sidetracked.
Who is your favourite lecturer?
My favourite lecturer? Oh my gosh. That has to be Stacey. She was just like so...
Big up the Stacey.
Big up
whoever that is.
Stacey. No, she was like this cute little mum teacher.
She's a mum?
Yeah.
Oh,
but, like,
hello. His ears have zoned in. He loves the mums, eh? Full fridge the next morning, the full work. And she'll teach you about farming as well, eh?
No, she was just like so cute, and like she used to like tell us like about her days and like her dinner, and like once she sent a picture to like one of our friends who got sent into the group chat of like her shepherd's pie she had for dinner, and it was just like so cute. Oh, and she gave me an award at the end of the year, Top Diva. I won Plumpton's
Diva?
Top Diva award.
Is that an award just for this year or
Just for this year, especially made for me.
reigning champion?
Yeah, exactly. Like no one will ever beat me.
So you've done your best. Who's the worst?
Oh, my worst.
Probably one.
Yeah, probably. Do you know what? No. The one who suspended me. No, the one who suspended me. Me and her are really good friends now.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
you
Yeah.
bonded.
Yeah, we actually like trauma bonded, and at the summer ball I was really drunk, and she was just like, "Do you know what, Coco? You're actually not that bad, but sometimes you are a loud bitch." And I was like, "Tell him, like that's fair enough, like that's who I am." But I don't know who my worst is. I don't know.
You don't have to know. Go on.
I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, no, I can't say that. She'll hate me forever.
Oh well.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I'll name and show people from school.
So
Oh
le-
my god, I low-key hated some people in my class as well.
So let's talk about your relief milking now.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's actually well cute.
What's your favourite thing about relief milking?
I don't know, I like getting up really early. Like because it
Good
just
Lord.
gives me a routine for the day. Like if I'm up early, I'm like proactive. I'm like I want to achieve stuff with the day. I've been going for so long.
No,
You're like
Nathan's in the corner shaking his head over there. Eh?
No, when I go milking, I'm actually like, I have a fabulous day. Do I not?
Every now and then.
Yeah, I'll have a good day.
There was a clench of a fist behind the mic. So how many are you milking?
It's not even a big pot. I think it's like less than 150 in there because at the Plumpton they've got they've got the robotic milkers though. That's
you're milking a Plumpton.
So how do you relief milking a robotic milker?
Well, you don't. Like, you just have to make sure it's working. And then there's a Hemingbow parlour, which is like the ones who have like the odd teats or like or freshly carved. They go through the parlour.
The awkward ones.
Yeah, the awkward ones go through
So
the
you're
parlour.
just milking 100 odd awkward bastards.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then you get like the ones that have just calved and they're all just like kicking and screaming. And,
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
You can keep that job. We won't come chasing for that one.
I might just hide away from that.
So what's next? What's the dream? What's going on? Like, you finished college now, as you said.
I feel like my next big step, hopefully one day, because I do actually really love him, moving with my boyfriend to actually like, I won't say the area, but Kentways actually, because I've got family there and he's got a little smallholder, but he's just bought 600 acres, but he's like 70 odd and kind of struggling, so we're going to help him with that.
Does he want some shit?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Honestly, if you check them every day, he'll take them, but he can't check them because he's just a little bit.
Don't worry about that. I saw that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, he just bought 600 acres and he's just a bit old and he needs a bit of help. So we'll move there and then hopefully that would become like the new family farm because he doesn't want it to go into new builds.
What a man.
Good man.
What a man.
What a dream, though.
Yeah, no, that's why he's bought everything around him because he's got a bit of a lung condition. So he's like, his first thing is like, oh, my lungs, like, don't really want to pass away anytime soon. And then the next it's like, and I don't want it going into new builds and I don't want the Londoners moving near me. And I was like, do you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Keep them out of the way.
So
yeah.
that's like the future. I'm
Oh
talking
yeah, like
about,
short term to keep milking. Oh, I'm going to university. That's probably something.
Oh
to say.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, get in there,
took
guys.
some digging, but we got there in the end.
Everyone's like, so yeah, 5-year plan. I'm going to university to do vet nursing. I start a foundation degree this year in September. Then I've got a 3-year course, but it's a small animal. So then I've got to do top-up courses for farm, equine, and exotics because the plan is also, Dad lives in Sierra Leone, go out there, do some like lions and tripe, because that'd be quite cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Which uni is this?
Oh, Plumpton College Uni.
So you're staying at Plumpton.
Yeah, staying at Plumpton, live back in again, great time. And then with uni I'll probably stay at Plumpton milking, and then I also want to do a TB testing course because it's good money and it's like 3 days a week, 4 days a week.
But you get to meet idiots like me and him.
Yeah, do you know what? If I ever get called out to come this way, I'll be like, do you know what?
All I'd say is just, with that, just be nice to the farmers. Because some farmers
yeah. It's a really stressful time, to be fair, but I think some vets who do it, they
someone's
don't...
be a prick back. Because some of you lot are
wankers.
wankers.
Yeah, but we're only
Absolute
wankers.
wankers.
Because the TB test
No, you start off being a prick from the start.
No,
You're pricks, mate. You fucking cattle mob. The lot of you. Fuck the lot of you.
No, I do prefer sheep, even though I do work at a dairy, I do prefer the sheep. Sorry, guys.
See?
Well, that's all right.
Be TB testing in sheep next, you watch.
Yeah, that's planned.
Don't know what they're going to teach you at Plumpton without TB testing
Yeah.
sheep.
Do you know what? You don't actually really learn about sheep at Plumpton. Oh, well, like, where they've changed kind of the course now, but like in our first and third year, like, you mainly do like beef and dairy and then have to research
Is there
sheep on your own.
something you wish you had learnt in your college course that you didn't?
Well, I wish I was forced to learn how to drive a tractor because Nathan taught me how to do that because I was too scared to do it at college. And I wish I learned how to share and things like that. And like the finance side of it as well, and like business and stuff. Because
that's a really good question. Like, do you feel coming out of college, like, do you feel like they've prepared you for actual farm life? Because I've come out of college and like doing stuff like passports and doing stuff like the paperwork side of it, they don't really delve into that much.
There's a lot of holes. I know it's a vast industry to learn, isn't it? You never stop learning in this job, but I felt personally you missed a huge amount of the fundamentals in it.
Yeah.
The simple stuff.
I think the question is, what would be the things that you, if you went back to college, What would be the things that you want them to teach you?
I'd want to... So, like, me and Nathan, for example, this is how I was describing it. I'm really academic. So if you ask me how to treat foot rot, I could literally write you out, like, a 1,000-word essay. Be like, this is what you need to do. But if you... Yeah. But if you actually practically asked me to, like, flip the sheep over and do it, it would take me a minute. Whereas, like, Nathan, he got a lower grade than me. But if you was like, treat this sheep with foot rot, he'd be amazing at it.
Get that man another crate of beer, right?
Yeah.
He's catching flack.
But, like, he's not as academic, but, like, if you put him on a farm and you didn't even tell him what to do, like, he'd spot it, he'd do it and all of that. So I think it's actually doing the stuff practically than just doing it in theory. Yeah,
I taught him all of that.
He did learn well. And then I think passports and, like, the actual finances and stuff like that, because they mention, like, oh, you need a passport and holding number. But they don't really actually describe, like, how do you get it? How does it work? Why do you need it? And stuff like that. That's, like, the fun. It's kind of like when you're in secondary school and they don't teach you about taxes and stuff.
Come on, Plumpton, be better.
Yeah, come on, Plumpton, guys.
I think it's just
I
all
should
of them.
teach them.
I think it's all of them.
It is all of them, you're dead right.
That's why I got pigs and sheep, was to learn how to do the pig licenses and the holding numbers and all of that. It's just because you come out blank.
Yep.
It doesn't. When you get your first job, someone gives you like 120 cattle passports. You got. Google doesn't tell you what to do with them.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what do I do with this?
ChatGPT it.
Yeah.
So, obviously, been to college. Come straight from, well, not straight from, but like from like a towny sort of
straight
experience.
from, yeah.
How have you found like making friends, getting to know people? Has it been a nice journey through it all?
It's actually been quite nice. Like, it's since going to Plumpton. When I left secondary school, I did say fuck all of you on the last day, and I wrote on everyone's top, I never liked you. And then if they asked to sign mine, I'd be like, no. So didn't speak to anyone from secondary school because I was like just quite horrid. But I hated all of them. Anyway, and then when I went to Plumpton, I actually was like pooing my pants because I just like everyone was gonna hate me. And I remember it was quite easy making friends. But I remember on the first day I was walking around with this absolute bitch face, like didn't talk to anyone, like it was all beneath me because that's how I used to be. And my best mate, my friend Lydia, this girl called Lydia, came up to me and went, "Hi, what's your name?" "I'm Lydia. I feel like we'd be really good friends." And that's how I made my first friend. And then from there we realised we all lived in, and then I made a massive Snapchat group chat and just forced everyone to be friends with me. Yeah, like I didn't give them a choice. If I saw them living, on our first day of lessons, like there's some faces you recognise from like the night before from living in. And I remember going out to Nathan and different people, like, "Oh, I saw you last night. You live in. Like, give me your Snapchat and I'll add you to this massive group chat." And half of us don't.
Hang on, Nathan. I'll come back with his car hopping in. You got pulled. You didn't even pull. I taught him nothing. That wasn't me.
That's the start of the love story, guys. I asked, and then I remember on the first. Okay, we'll just wait till he gets here.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I met Nathan. That was cute.
So, did you ever, like, apart from obviously meeting people at college, you were
Yeah.
obviously interested in agriculture and stuff like that. Did you ever get into like young farmers, stuff like that, or?
I went to a few young farmers local to us, but they're not the best young farmers. But then when I went lambing, I went to a second young farmers and I actually messaged Dylan and this other people and I was like, "Hi, I've got no friends, can I like pull up?" And then I actually made loads of friends in that area. I don't want to out where you live, but
People know where I live.
Oh, in Kent. When I went there. But yeah, I think young farmers are quite good, but it depends on the young farmers because some of them are absolutely banging, like Ashford, but then you've got Chai and they're just a little bit not the best. Sorry, I just name and shame.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Go
You're going to
there.
get loads of hate on this podcast.
Hang on.
We're not getting any hate at all.
Say that when I was in Chai, Chai was flying.
Well, Nathan said that when
You
we
know,
went there today.
when the big dog was there, Chai was flying.
Look at him feeding his own
No,
ego.
yeah, I was going to say, feed
He's
the
just
ego.
feeding his own ego.
Feeding the big dog now. Oh, okay.
But no, so this is gonna be like a little bit of a hard topic, I suppose,
Yeah.
especially for like Leighton, Luke, and that. And I'd be interested to get Nathan's opinion when he comes on.
Yeah.
So obviously, being a person of colour, you get into like, well, one, college, two, young farmers. Like especially for me, going into like young farmers, thinking, fucking hell. Just walking through the door is an effort on its own. It's a different type of... Like, I get people like introverts and stuff like that. but it's a different type of experience walking into a place, being the only person of colour in a room. It's something else. Like, how did that make you feel, especially like walking into college? And
where I went to school in Brighton, it was actually a really white school. I think like me and my brother, and like I think there was like 5 of us of like people of colour, and not even necessarily like African and English and stuff like that. So when I went to Plumpton, this sounds a bit bad, but I was kind of, do you know what? From not actually knowing, I didn't realise like how white it was gonna be. Like I didn't realise that. And then when I looked around the room, I even took it sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like the only brown one here. Fair enough. And I think, but for me, I see it in some. It was really daunting. I was a bit nervous. Like I thought I'd stick out like a sore thumb, but everyone that I surround myself with is just so lovely that they don't even like see that difference. They do in some sense, in the fact where it gets a little bit harsher, but in the fact like day-to-day life, they're not just like realising that I'm brown. And then I think as well, the thing that kind of kept me going, like what, I can't even say, the thing that kind of like I would think about in the other hand is like, it's linking to social media, like if someone else, like a younger girl who had similar story or whatever, and then saw me as a person of colour in farming, maybe that would give them that like little push, to do it.
I remember going to college, and that was not too bad for me. Like I'm a fairly out there person. I remember once when showing at Ardingly, south of England, first time ever there, I walked in the ring. Well, I was walking towards the ring, and I literally had to psych myself up. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? It was just people staring, and I was like, that was too much for me. That was the moment. That was the one time something has been too much for me. Going to the South of England show.
Did you do it in the end?
I did it. I always do it. I always do something, but it's just... It's
quite daunting.
It's a daunting experience.
It's a hard thing to like really describe, because it's like
it's one of those things you have to live it to know what it's like.
Yeah, and
people just think it's just you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you're just a person, like you're just this, that, and the other. But any situation you go into, like we went to the Welsh show last year. It's the only black person in the whole Welsh show, and it's just like
not in the showground, in the shearing bit, in the showground you weren't, were you? But in the shearing sheds like that.
I was the only black person living that young
farmer.
In
that young farmer bit, and some of the stuff that we heard was absolutely outrageous. Get a grip of yourselves, for fuck's sake. Oh, it's awful. Absolutely awful. You shouldn't be walking on this planet if you're saying stuff like that, eh? You Welsh young farmers. Just bang out of order. I was more fizzed up than you were. You learned to take it on the chin.
That's one of the things with it. It's kind of like, it sounds really bad, but you kind of just have to experience it. And then like I just remember being so young, and my parents being like people would say stuff, and my parents would be like, oh, like just don't even listen to it. Like, people used to think I was adopted because my dad worked in Africa, and like the comments you would get, as I just remember I was probably in like year 1, and people would just be like, well, that's not your mum because you're brown. And then you actually like from such a young age you have to be like, oh, okay, like so it's really bad, obviously. It's just such a weird experience, and I'm not two-faced.
It's definitely a hard thing to describe to people who haven't walked your shoes.
Yeah. But I think sometimes people try and like overhype it. Like I remember getting quite a bit of hate on social media, and people were getting really over the top about it and replying to like every single comment, which is like fine, like really grateful for support and stuff like that. But sometimes it's easier to not even to like feed into it.
It's easier not to feed the fire, if that makes sense.
Because then they just come back with like a different comment, and then it just keeps going. Where sometimes it's easier to like just leave the peace, leave the aggravation to protect your own peace.
Because that was where I was going to go with it next, with the social media. So obviously you received a huge amount of awful stuff through this one video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But how did you manage to turn it on its head to where you are now? It's the one question that's been bugging me for ages.
Do you know what? My mum mentioned it the other day. She was like, how have you actually flipped this around? And I was like, because I'm a top diva.
Like, is that it? Yeah. There we go, you've heard it here.
She got an award and everything.
Yeah. Do you know what? I remember, because Nathan got loads of hate as well, and I just remember crying to Nathan, being like, oh my God, like, why do I want to do this as a job? But then, like, social media can be so fake sometimes. So I was just like faking it till I make it, and like with the comments, someone said something to like Nathan about like having a future of kids and like how they're going to be light skinned and whatever, and I was like, do you know what, but at least I have two really loving parents, and you can't really fight kindness when you're so angry. So I kind of just like took it in my stride, and also I had a lot of support, like my brother and sister, they were really nice, Nathan, his family, do you know what, Dylan as well, like Dylan reached out and everything, and to know there's so many people and around you that are so supportive, and the people who I always see the people I directly surround myself with, if they're happy with what I'm doing, if they're happy with me as a person, if they don't have anything to say, there's no point to really care what user 107 saying online. But I think it really stems from like the support around me, and like how my family brought me up, because my dad, he's always like, don't feed into the scenarios, just think you're a better person, and like you've never had to stoop that low. And I was like, do you know what, I am better than these people. So I just...
And now you're flying.
Yeah. And now, like, when people
Absolutely
like to leave
flying.
hate, I'm like, do you know what, my haters are my biggest fans, because they go and hate, but then it gets the views. And then from that video, Farmer's Guardian were like, oh, this is, like, really horrible, but, like, politely, can we, like, touch on this? Because I don't think people really understand it. And then some people,
so
like...
I'm going to interject here. I'm going to say something real controversial. And I don't, like, it happened before, like, to me. It happened with Farmers Weekly, and they wanted to do an article because George Floyd and this, that, and back in lockdown. And I think it's really wrong that it has to take something like that for
100%.
them to want to reach out and talk to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to be that, you've got hate, you've got loads of abuse,
or
this, that, and the other. And
you are in big trouble.
I'm so much shit. I'm so much shit.
You need to apologise to Debbie.
Debbie,
Say sorry. He's just not one of the plant pots.
That's alright. That's alright. I'll feed a vegan activist somewhere along the line.
It's fine. Nothing happened.
Carry on, Dylan.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Is that like a lot of people, like, especially like in your comments, my comments, or whatever, people are like, oh yeah, but like farming isn't racist.
Oh, it really is.
Like farming is really racist.
Yeah.
It is really racist. Whether it's like I'm sitting in.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I honestly wouldn't.
Like even some of the jokes, like I've had to shout at like a few students at college where like they say a joke and it's like, that's just not even funny, and like they'll be white and I'm like, so why is that coming out of your mouth? And they're like, oh well, like it was just like hearted, or like oh it was in a song, or like oh I just read a comment and I was like, okay, but like that has no relevance to you, so I'm not going to sing a song about like I don't even know, but like it's just not a bit of me. But my dad said the same thing when like Farmer's Guardian reached out. He was like, it shouldn't get to a point where you're crying your eyes out to us at home for them to be like, oh let's touch on this. Like they should have just initially wanted to do it.
They don't see the stuff like behind the scenes. And the
yeah,
sense of it all,
that's 100% the thing.
And they're like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Right, fine, but why is it taking this to get?
Yeah.
To that? Like they don't know what you guys have gone through. I mean, none of us know what you guys have
No.
gone
Yeah.
through.
It's not
for
like,
us.
for me, like. It's hard to compare something to other things without making something else look or feel irrelevant.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like you have Farmers Weekly did a thing about Pride Month and whatever, but have they ever done anything when it's Black History Month or something like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm a kid growing up and I see something like that, it means like actually, you know, people are talking about it. I can go into that industry and actually feel valued. Or I see Coco in the newspaper, not because of the comment she's made, but because of how well she's done at Plumpton. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't have to take.
Shouldn't have like the title, like even though mine did it shouldn't have the title of like, oh Coco Jalloh's done so well from loads of hate from being black. It should be like Coco Jalloh's done so well after being like a townie into a farmer or something, like with a little bit more different.
That's my take on it.
No, but I so see that, because that's what, before I did it, my mum is like my little manager, and we were sat with my mum and my dad because it was such a big thing. Like my mum even wanted me to delete social media because it was so bad, and they were like, so how are you going to do this in a different light, because you don't want to be known as the girl that everyone was like ill and like really racially discriminated, so you need to turn it on its head. So then from that I emailed like loads of different companies that I like really liked and have already organically worn and stuff like that, and been like, hey Queens, so I'd love to work with you. I'm trying to do a thing with like social media showing diversity within agriculture, being a person of colour, like my like following really like it, and that's how I've been able to be like taken on with some brands. Some of them like, and the fact that they've want to listen, they're like, but it's not even the diversity thing's not even like the whole thing for them. Like they look at my stuff first and they're like, oh, like we'll let you know. But some of them really like it, and I just think those are the brands that I'll always support, because if they're
Yeah.
willing, it's nice like that kind of thing.
Take me hat off to you, flipping it on its head,
Yeah.
because I think we touched on it in one of our first couple of episodes, wasn't it? 'Cause it was around that time, and we said how awful it was. But
Yeah, no, I
how
saw
you've
that.
managed to switch it by doing
Yeah.
just being yourself is
Yeah.
incredible. Honestly, it really is.
Thank you.
There's not many people that would be able to do
Yeah.
that. You know,
That would be my advice.
Even
to
him, he
you.
wouldn't be
Don't,
able to do that.
Don't ever let anyone douse your fire. You be you
Oh,
till the day you die.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
100%.
That's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah, I think I've always said with like social media, okay, I did lie because during all the racial thing, I was literally faking being confident. Like I would literally go through my drafts and find something that looked like cute and be like, oh great, even though I'm like crying behind the camera. But it's like I always try and be who I am on social media, so then they get like an actual insight of like what life is, instead of being like really bubbly. Like I do everything on social media. Like if I'm having a cry, I'll just like cry. Like the other day when I left Plumpton, I was like crying on TikTok, being like, oh my god, I can't believe it's all over, guys, it's the best thing. But I think it just makes it more authentic, and then people actually like, okay, especially like promoting clothes, people will be like, okay, well if she's gonna cry on here, she's gonna tell me if it's shit. So.
there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, but really well done, dear.
Yeah.
So King.
What about the positive side of social media? Do you enjoy
Oh
it?
my
Do you enjoy the
God.
queens? What are they called?
I love my queens and my king. Do you know what? Also in like person, I don't know if you've ever seen me at like whatever, but I was going like, oh my god, how are you, king? And some people get really taken back. They're like, what king? And I'm like, hell yeah, and speak to royalty. Oh my god, King Charles knows who I am from social media. That's my big flex. Went on a college tour around like the Windsor Farm. One of the farm manager was like, oh, like any of you, we should really see you guys and like doing stuff in the media, like really promoting farming stuff because you're the next generation. Lecturer was like, oh, Coco's done a bit of Here's Something Everything, done an article, and they were like, oh, well, pardon me guys, can you send it to us so we can show it to the king, because the king loves that kind of stuff. So the king has read my Farmer's Guardian article.
Alright, there you go.
That's
There
why,
you go.
that's my big take.
Do you reckon he read it all, or just the...
No, probably just skimmed through it and was like, you know what, I'm not for this diva. But I meet some people actually like have like come up to me in person and be like, oh, can I get a photo? That's been surreal. When I went to Lambeth, there was like 10 people, and they're like, can we get a picture? And I was like, oh my god, yeah, I guess. And like they actually posted it and tagged it, and some of them I do get like private messages.
Did Nathan have to take the photo for you?
Yeah, they went on to Nathan. They went to Nathan to do it. Oh my gosh! And then I went to a Sussex Young Farmers Ball, and these girls are there, and they're like, "Oh my god, love you! Can we get a picture? Great!" And I was sat with Jess, and they go to Jess, "Oh, you're famous by association with Coco Jalloh. You got your horses together, don't you?" And Jess was like, "Yeah." But no, sometimes it's really, and then I get like personal messages from actually young girls of colour, because one of them of colour girl messaged me the other day. She was like, I was really nervous to go in tag, and then coincidentally your TikTok came up, and it made me feel a lot better going into college and stuff. And when people say stuff, I just think of you being a diva, and then I go channel my inner diva, and I was like, as you should, fizzle them out like a cigarette butt.
Exactly that,
Keep the
eh?
fire going.
Yeah.
Yeah, fizzle them out.
That's so good though.
That's
that
the
you
name of the
actually-
podcast.
Yeah.
That is
Oh
the
my
name
god,
of this podcast.
I would actually love. I would love to have my own podcast. Like, this is my dream. I don't know what I'd be doing. Like,
Yeah.
We
Guys,
just turn up and talk
Yeah,
shit.
Fuck her
Yeah.
off. Get her out. Get her out.
sorry guys,
Cut
I
it.
missed the
Cut.
week off. Get her out.
We'll cut that bit, won't we, mate?
No.
Yeah, we'll cut that bit.
Mine would.
thought we'd lose Nathan instead.
Okay.
Sorry, Lion. Oh, dear.
Coco, you take my place.
Love no hate King. I'm joking.
Oopsie.
I don't, but I feel like if I had a podcast, it'd actually be quite awful. In the fact, I'd be like, yeah. So I hated her from school. I thought she was weird. I did this, and I think I'd low key like promote like underage drinking, which you should never do. But yeah, like I feel like it would just be like low key really hateful, which you shouldn't be in this world. You should be always really happy. Nathan's here, guys.
Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah.
That big dog.
Sorry.
Big dog.
The king's here.
The
Okay.
big man, Nathan, has joined us, eh?
So,
King
like,
and
before, like, we get too much into Nathan being here, obviously, just want to carry on just a little bit of the last topic as to Nathan's whole experiences through this, because obviously he's sort
Exactly
of
that.
not first hand, but lived this second
Like I said,
hand.
I've been there the whole time, and everything I've seen, everything that's happened, I've seen all the comments.
So how did it make you feel?
Shit,
Did it?
it makes you feel really like just demoralised. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I even doing this?
Well, why are you with Coco?
No.
Choose your words carefully here, boy.
I was like, why do I want to be in this sort of like environment, in this industry where people are speaking to someone who I care for so much, like they are nothing, like they just don't have a place here. I was like, but like Coco, the way she reacted to it made me realise like it's not, you don't react how you want to. It's like you said, like just don't fuel the fire, keep the peace, or keep your peace, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Was he supportive, Coco?
Oh no, he was actually really sweet, but then also like some nights he'd be like really aggressive and be like, "Oh," and I was like, "You can't actually reply to that, Nathan. You have to leave it."
I think you won there in the end, though, didn't you?
Yeah, because if you don't put fuel to the flame, like it's just gonna go out. I don't even get any now.
Takes it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing. You don't get any anymore, do you?
Yeah,
you might get the odd one, but like that's like.
Let me just stick something on there.
That doesn't count.
I reposted it because it like came up on my year ago on TikTok, and then some people were like trying to say stuff. I was like, I've already lived it once, you know. Shit to happen again, but I think I'll survive. It was fine. But it's like we had to have a whole family meeting, and you were there because it was like so bad. Mum was like really emotional about it. She was like, I don't know if I want you to continue. I was like,
yeah, she was like, oh, you don't need to be here. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, not don't do it, but like, just think about it. Like.
Yeah, I think what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. What's the one thing that you would say to our listeners about it? Like, what would you want them to kind of do to stop it from happening?
Just don't add fuel to the flame. Like, if your mate is making a racist joke, I'm not telling, because sometimes it can be awkward to be like, stop, that's really horrible, you shouldn't do that. Because sometimes you don't always want to be that person. But if you just don't laugh, or if you just don't give a reaction, they're just going to feel silly and not want to say the joke. Because I think that's what some people get confused. Like, with racism, they feel like they need to be like the big hero. And for some people, like, it's just really awkward to do that. But another way to like do it is just, if you don't laugh, if you don't react, they're just going to feel absolutely stupid and not think to say that again, because it's just not the crowd. So I think that's what I would say. Tell them. Sorry, I always say that after every sentence. Tell them.
Even
Tell
in like
'em.
personal, like when you're not even doing like your TikToks and everything, it's like tell them.
Yeah.
You do your little like, is it
Clock it.
that one? That
Yeah.
one.
Clock
What does that mean?
It's just like clock it. Like get with it.
Clock it or clock it?
Mate,
Clock
this
it.
The only thing we
this
do
new
with that is our
generation
clicker
is
on
different,
the shearing machine.
Yeah. Clock it. It's really American.
That's a
Double
Do
click.
What, do you actually click or you just...
Well, I usually
used to.
click, but Rafi was like, my brother, who's in America, practically American, he's like, no, you're doing it wrong, it's just that. And I was like, well, what's the point of that? You need a good click to it.
So is that instead of like giving a round of applause then?
Yeah, oh my god, no, this is so true.
So for our Spotify listeners here, they're doing the crab claws.
Yes, you can
That is it.
yeah.
It's like a lobster, isn't it?
Yeah. No, this is like,
Go on, Dylan. Come on.
clock it.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
No,
No.
I do catch
Miserable
myself
bastard.
out though. I'll be No, okay, I do catch myself out. So when we went to Plumpton graduation, my mum doesn't drive and my dad's in Sierra Leone. So my friend went to go pick up my mum and brother, and I was in the car. And then, because I always say like Queens, clock it, tell them and stuff like that. I don't really say it at home because like I'm just like normal. And then the girl goes like
That under his breath then.
Here we go. Come on, Nathan. You got 5 up here. She's giving you another half an hour.
yeah.
No, she's quite quiet at home. Yeah.
No, actually, and then we were in the car
At home.
and this guy, Anna, love ya, she goes, oh, Coco's like the ultimate Plumpton queen, and my brother just started like pissing his pants, like laughing, and he was like, what are you on about? She was like Coco's the queen, and he went, the queen of what? Like, she's nothing. And like really shut down, and I was sitting there like, okay, because like when I'm with people, I'm always just like so
You're
colloquial.
really bubbly and like.
Yeah.
Like if like someone won't know you and they go, like, I don't know, just come chat to you.
Yeah,
like,
chat to anyone.
in the common room at college, you'd sit there and like you'd have your group of people you're with, and Coco's there, and she'd pull people all over. Like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, but also just
she's
like
oh,
random
how are you?
stuff.
Like, oh, I've seen you around. Like, I wouldn't like who the
What
fuck
course
is
are you
that?
doing? Oh right, how many years is that? Okay, I don't know much about wine, but I do like drinking it. Like, oh, and then they just start chatting. That's how it goes. You're doing blacksmithing. My horse wears metal shoes. Don't know how it works, and if you ever get that, and then it just goes on.
Oh.
Fair enough. Anyway, hang on. Can we first introduce the man himself?
Oh, yeah.
Then Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg. Hoops. Yeah.
The man himself, Mr. Plumpton himself.
Okay.
Shepherd of the Year in West Sussex.
Oh, that's a big
very
day.
big
Huge shoes.
I was only there like 3 days a week.
Yeah, that's all it takes. The standard is so low. in West
When you're
Sussex.
middle year, you can give yourself that.
As well?
And you're middle
Oh yeah,
year,
no, I did the
7
middle.
days a
Yeah,
week.
no, I was pretty good.
So
Did
tell us
shepherd.
about Nathan. Who's Nathan? What does Nathan do? Or did do? Or
Well, so I've just finished college, obviously.
oh no, he does Coco.
You know what?
2 sugars in, or
Yeah, no. So I do. So I sort of like do a bit of a mix. Really, I just follow where the work goes. So I do. In the winter, I do a bit of sheep work, do a bit of shepherding. That's over in Sussex. I think we look after. Probably get shouted at when I go home. But maybe like 15,000, maybe more. Don't really know.
just a small farm. It's
Just
only
a-
part-time
just- it's
farming,
literally
right? It's
just a
part-time
few
Big,
farming.
never big.
No,
There's beef cows as well.
it is quite an easy job really. You just chuck them in the field and you move them like every other week, every week. No big deal.
Can I please interject?
Go on.
It's an easy job until you're the missus, like just trying to help him get the day done, and then you're getting screamed at in the rain.
Who's on
Yeah,
gate
but- yeah,
duty?
but stop being
Me.
shit.
Oh,
you
so
know
you're
what I
on
mean?
the gate,
Like,
yeah.
Hurry up! Like, why are you
Honestly.
standing there? Like,
But
Do you
sometimes
know
I
what?
do strong to the car.
Right, sorry, I'm gonna have to agree with Nathan here, and the boys might back me up. Right, we're trying to get on, but why you just stood there? What are you doing? Like,
No,
what
I'm not
actually
even
are you
stood
doing?
there. I'm not even
sometimes
stood
you
there.
are. No, you're reasonably
Listen,
useful.
we've done this job fucking 5,000 times. You know where all the fucking reels go, where everything is. Why are you stood there? What are you doing?
It's like when we go fencing. So it depends what we're doing. Like if we're throwing out, I'll throw out. She'll hook up, or she's not always with me.
No.
So it's when like she's not always there. I can understand that, but you've done it so many times before. But if you hook it into you do your little electric post, however many strands you got, you put it in the wrong hole, and it's on the grass. I drive around. I'm like, what?
No one
the
likes it in the wrong hole. To be fair.
You got to be careful with that.
wrong hook. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, I do a bit of so I do that for it must be 6-7 months of the year. It depends really. It depends how quickly the sheep go in the spring really. Like this year, I was done by early May, middle May. Yeah. So I did that. And then how long have I been there? 3 years. I've been going off doing a bit of contracting. So I do a bit of contracting work. I drive a bale chaser. I do the new to the silage clamp making. I do all that sort of stuff. Do drilling, like, as you do really. Do that for the other 6 months of the year. And I just sort of like follow it around. Just follow the work basically. It's
Where the bunnies
In
are.
the
there's a bit of
cycle.
everything as well. I'm not stuck to just
Yeah.
sheep every single day. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that.
Well, don't you turn out like Dylan if you did.
What do you enjoy the most? What time of year?
I don't know. I just love just doing everything.
You're just a worker.
Just work. Yes.
A machine. He's a machine.
I taught the kid.
Oh,
I taught
listen
well,
to him.
mostly.
I
We
taught
can't
the
even
kid.
go on holiday for literally 2 years. We've been together 3 years. For 2 years, we'd be like, "Oh, when do you want to go on holiday? Do you want to go at this time of year?" "Well, no, because it's lambing that time of year, so it's quite busy." "Oh, do you want to go this time of year?" "Well, no, because it's harvest, I can't do that." "Well, do you want to go this time of year, like in between?"
We did actually end up
No.
going on a holiday.
Yeah, we did, but the
Yeah.
thing was, it was booked for him, the dates, and so we just told him to have the week off.
Where did you go?
to
Florida.
America.
Oh, hello.
We only went for a week. I think that was partially my fault.
Where did
No.
I was like, I just need to get back.
And also, Heathrow was burning down the day we
Yeah,
were
that
meant
is
to
another
leave.
reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
So that's why we only went for a week.
Where'd be your ideal place to go?
I want to go
I
to
don't know.
I want to go to New Zealand and Australia, but New Zealand first.
To work out there or
Bit both. So I want to do the work, but I want to like.
venture out there?
Yeah, I
and
just
see
want to do a
what's
bit. It's tourism, isn't it? That's what it is. I want to do
You
a bit of
going as well,
tourism.
Coco, or is he going on his own?
He's going on his own.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
that's my boy. That's my boy.
I like travelling, but I like travelling with like a 5-star hotel and a pool.
Who said we couldn't do that though? It is possible,
You
isn't
can
it?
get blood.
Can we
Or you
not
can
have a
put out
domestic
Yeah,
on the
let's
podcast?
do
Yeah, okay. No, I wouldn't mind, to be fair.
Even
but-
if you like just come out like I don't know. I'll say I'll be there for how long? I don't know. How long do you normally go to like New Zealand or
6 months.
Yeah, you got to make the flight worthwhile, haven't you? Christ.
So think about like even if you just come out, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time.
Yeah, look, we're planning their holiday now. Yeah. What are you doing?
Open another bit.
The bitches.
Woo! I also just want to point out how like Nathan's older brother, because Nathan's the eldest of 4, and then Dylan and Nathan worked together. So Dylan was like an older.
So you two have worked together?
Why would you want him as an older brother?
I don't know. I did question that.
Mate, I taught the kid everything. I was there, right?
He taught me a lot, to be fair.
What not to do?
You know, I was there for his first fucking pint, right?
Yeah, I think you were.
I fucking was.
I think you brought it.
I was there.
Did you?
I think you actually brought it for me.
He was legal, I promise. No, he wasn't.
14 and still a nappy. Good man.
I taught him. I taught him all
memories,
the good sides of farming.
Things to do, not to do, where to be.
I'm so proud. You know.
So come on,
Come on,
Nathan.
no.
What dirt have we got on Dylan here? Come on, we want some juicy gossip. What's he like? What's he like working with properly? I've worked a few days with him.
No,
and-
say the truth.
Don't get involved.
It was a while ago now. I don't really.
Oh yeah.
I do remember it, but I don't remember it. Like it's just like the stand-up memories, and my most stand-up memory is it was when he got the truck stuck. That's the biggest memory I have.
What happened there then?
I don't really know. He told me off for taking a photo of it.
Which
I was there. It was at Northstoke, down on the Brooks.
Oh fuck yeah!
That was stuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
That's one, and then the other one was because I never used to like do much tractor work. I used to like just sit in with Dylan. I'd like help him feed the cattle in the morning or something, and then I'd go and sit in buddy seat with him all day, be his little gate opener or whatever, strap roller and that sort. And I remember went in one field and it was like vertical. Oh my god! Just don't get a tractor, Dylan. I shit myself. I was only like I don't know how old I was. 13, 14. Oh my god!
And you were stuck in the tractor with that man.
He was like, don't do this again.
God help
don't.
you.
If you come here again, do not do that. I was like, don't worry about it.
Do you know what? But I remember Dylan in 2020, before I even knew who you were. Your TikTok came up on my For You page, and I posted it on my Snapchat, and I was like, "Oh my god, I really want to work with sheep one day." And then it came up the other day, and Nathan was like, "What? Like, why is Dylan on your Snapchat in 2020?" And I was like, "Because he's just great, mate."
Yeah, it was like a video. It's that that video for Kent you did. You like.
And it smiled by
It
itself.
smiled. It stood there by itself. It was like Crow's All.
Oh yeah, Crow's All. Yeah, yeah. No, I remember that one.
Yeah.
My favourite memory of Nathan, was like the first, probably my first year working at this job, and when we're hauling straw, and his dad's obviously worked here for ages. So Nathan knows where he's going. So his dad's like, Nathan jumps in with you. He can show you where all the fields are and what's going on. And I was like, hopped into this field. Bailey's been round, bailed all the field. Mate, this field is vertical. Right? This field is vertical. And I'm there trying to load bales and the tractor's going like, "What?" I'm like, Nathan, we're going to die!
The sound effects he makes are brilliant. That's the other thing. I remember that.
But yeah, no, Nathan's a good kid. I remember. I taught him everything he knows.
And there's like cute moments, like with all the puppies and stuff as well.
Yeah, I looked after his puppies for him for a bit.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
So because he went on a booze cruise somewhere.
Yeah,
look after my dogs, mate.
To be fair, we're always pissed. Like Nathan would come out as like, when he's not at school or ever go out doing sheep with us. We're just getting pissed. Like me and Nathan's dad's just getting pissed. Nathan's dad just like.
I was just like this young 14 lad. I'm like, what?
And it's great.
Is this the example?
You go in pubs and like, obviously like the pubs know you. You're like you've been there a few times. Bring Nathan and say, "Oh, go on, Nathan, have a pint, mate. Have a pint." You're like, "Oh, I can't do that." Yeah, you can run here. Yeah, they know us.
Yeah, no, it was.
Seen the
And
wall.
yeah, no, he's dating a black girl. Cheers.
No, Jalloh fries, cassava leaf stew. You know, he has it all now. My dad, you've had it before, like the stews my dad makes when he comes out to Sierra Leone.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Nathan,
stuff.
Nathan, look at me. Blink if you need help.
No. No, I'm alright.
Oh dear.
So let's speak about you two meeting then.
Oh.
Who slid into whose DMs?
Me.
Oh,
Yeah, it was actually.
Women,
Wasn't
that's
women
very,
in STEM.
very
it? You were very.
21st century, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
can't believe he got pulled.
Well,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, right,
I did all. I actually. So, first night of college, we all go there. He goes to dinner. I didn't go because obviously I was way too cool for that and was scared of everyone.
I think you ended up lost in.
Yeah, I did end up
No.
lost in Lewis actually. Don't know why.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
anyway, but I'd like seen him around in the evening and stuff because the place to be was like the smoking shelters because like that's how you like used to chat to
That is,
everyone.
but that is college though. If you go to an ag college,
You
you're
need
not
friends.
at the
You're gonna
smoking
smoke.
shelter.
yeah,
you're-
oh,
I
100%.
mean, I don't smoke, but I was there a lot of the
No,
time.
when you're
Better
drunk,
not
you'll have a
fucking
puff.
No, I don't know.
When he's drunk, he'll ask for a puff.
Hey,
Yeah. Oh,
Nathan.
Yeah.
Oh, Nathan, you're going to get killed
Hey?
here now, mate.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
dear.
like I'm
Of a
being so
vape?
dead serious because I'm like bad. Like, I have a vape, and like I'm really bad with it. And then like Nathan, it would be like the evening, and Nathan would be drunk, and he'd be like, "Where's your vape?" And I'm like, "Why?" And then I could get it out, and he'd just take it out of my hand and have a puff. Yeah, I'm really sorry to let you
Okay.
down there.
I don't blame Nathan. I blame women.
Yeah.
Tell him.
No, yeah.
So,
Blame women.
so we kind of like met, and like
Last time
I'd
we
seen
should've
him
done that.
around.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
A bit late, but
So I saw him around everything. Next day, first day of college, like literally hated everyone. My face was like this, and for some reason, this one boy was walking in front of me, and he had Crocs on, and this massive hole, like you could see the whole of like his ankle and like the heel of his foot.
why I
like-
decided to wear Crocs
And they were,
for
like,
my
broken.
first
Yeah,
day of college.
Yeah,
I was a
because
bit
who
like,
have you learnt off?
that
learnt
thinking
off the
about
fashion
it, thinking
icon,
about it,
eh?
actually, that makes a lot of
big
sense
dog.
now.
The big dog. I remember going to college in singlets and shorts. I was like, big dog. That's me.
With the Crocs.
Yeah, with all Crocs. And I remember going to my new friend Lydia, who's now my absolute best friend, going, "Oh my god, I cannot believe you'd wear whole like Crocs and socks
Yeah,
on
who
the
does
first day." Bearing in mind, I'm wearing like a full like Nike tracksuit with Jordans on. Awful.
As you do it and
Yeah, I know, literally. And then we sat in lesson, and then I go, "Oh, I saw you last night. You live in here, don't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh right. So put your Snapchat in my phone, and I'll add you to this group chat." And then I added him to the group chat. Then he started getting with another girl.
Oh, mate.
That's my boy.
You
Yeah, you know, like we'd all sit in the common areas, and you would just see a sneaky arm over. There's photos on
happens,
my
doesn't
phone.
it?
That's because my friend
I think
Lydia would take pictures of it. So when we look back in 3 years, we could be like, "Oh my god, how cringe were we all?" So she took a picture and she sent it to me the other day. And so he was getting with her, and I remember the girl coming into my room and being like, "Oh, he's so lovely. Like I can really see this going somewhere. Like,
But then
really
you're one
like
to speak
him.
about that, aren't you?
I taught him my best moves, that kid.
yeah." And so he was just like being really nonchalant, and then I threw a cake at him, and then we had a food fight.
You threw a lot of stuff at me.
Yeah, then we had a food fight, and then my friend was getting with another boy, so the two boys snuck into my room. Me and Nathan
Hey?
slept in one bed, and then her and the other boy slept in one bed.
No, not like that.
Yeah, no,
Well,
literally,
yes,
we
like that,
just
but not
slept.
like
No, we actually all just slept, and then from then me and Nathan started getting together, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend, then he broke up with me, then he asked me to be
Oh,
his
mate.
girlfriend again, and then I said no, and then I said yes.
I taught him my
Right,
best
yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
I taught him that move as well.
got to keep on the toes, eh?
No, literally.
Just quickly, all right, before we run out of time, Nathan, how does it feel being a social media boyfriend?
I don't know.
You don't know
But
how you
no,
feel?
I don't have a name. My name is Coco's boyfriend on social media. That is it.
No, it's
Because we went to that.
It's like
ball
a
the other
football
week.
wag, isn't it? But it's not quite. Yeah? The camera wag.
No, I'm just yes.
Just
we went
taking,
to that
just
party,
taking
it was-
content.
I was like, I do have a name. It's Nathan. No.
I
Sorry.
didn't even
Sorry,
know
what?
this.
Like, no, you're just Coco's boyfriend. I was like, oh, right, okay.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
It's
No,
got
but-
feelings, all right?
It's like,
Nathan
just a boy.
gets the most views and the most likes because like I do outfits of the day, and then like I'll do my outfit of the day and be like, "Nathan, what's your outfit?" Like, do your outfit of the day now.
What have I got? I got a Canterbury's,
What colour?
well, pink and blue.
Tell 'em.
And I've got a It's Nike, I don't know.
Do you know what this reminds me of? You know that thing they're doing on like TikTok now? It's like, my boyfriend's got this to show you. And it's like,
No, he did that. Did you not see his one with his socks?
Don't be horrible. Don't be horrible.
Yeah, no,
Better be fucking nice.
Show you afterwards. Yeah, no, it ended quite swiftly though because he started being quite horrible to me. So we had to end the video.
oh dear.
Oh no.
Right, but on that note,
Yeah.
I thank you very much, Nathan and Coco, for coming on.
Thanks for having us,
Right.
Kings.
No, it's
Don't
been
be
great
silly.
having the Queen on.
Yeah.
Tell them, thank you.
Top diva.
Wait, can I say my outro?
Go on.
Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Sunday, and we shall. Well, I won't be here, but the boys will see you in the next
You
one.
fucked
Yeah,
this
well,
up
you
already because
fucked
it's
it.
not coming out on a Sunday. So
Yeah, but it's filmed on a Sunday, so I always say, and I'm like, oh, it should be posted whenever, but I don't know when you're posting it, so that's what my outro is. On my
Redo
TikToks.
the outro.
Yeah, redo
without
it.
stay.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Kings
Look
and
into camera
queens.
one.
Look
camera
into the.
one.
Okay, starting again. Okay. Thanks for listening, Queens and Kings. I hope you really enjoyed, and the boys will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day. Tell them.
No, we don't.
Fuck it.
right. Anyway, for all of you listening, thank you for coming. Where will be next, Ken?
Kent show next. We're then at the Yorkshire, the Welsh, Edenbridge.
And I'll be at the Welsh as well.
Go on, boy.
Yeah, but whether you pull through or not is a different
Oh,
thing.
I'm
There's
gonna pull
forfeits
through.
still standing. eh?
He's
The
still told
for-
us he's coming to Kent
yeah,
as well.
we
There has been a few forfeits come in that I'm gonna could possibly.
We did book his ticket though.
Yes,
His
but-
name's on the list. The ticket's been booked.
They don't know. They don't know what he
Not
looks like.
paid
We'll
for.
take Nathan.
Not paid for. Would you have that? Eh? But he's on the list. But no, that's where we're going. But no.
We'll see you there.
But yeah, listen. Subscribe onto the YouTube. Like the videos. What else are we on?
TikTok,
Spotify.
Facebook, YouTube,
Your,
Instagram, everywhere.
your
We're
mum's
like a-
radio. We're on there as well.
Yeah, we're like a
Honestly.
bad rash. We just keep coming. We're everywhere. We won't go away.
But yeah, I've been Dylan, aka That Farmer Dude.
I've been Luke, that part-time farmer from South East.
I've been late in the hobby regen farmer.
Who have you been?
I've been Coco from Coco Jalloh on TikTok.
And who?
I'm Nathan.
No, Coco's
I'm
boyfriend.
Coco's boyfriend.
it
Also
right.
known as Nathan, but you call me Coco's boyfriend.
But yeah, that's the one up in the pitch.
On that ball, we'll play ball. Get me to the pub.